Yes,
Nice to hear you again. How are you today?
I'm fine. What about you?
A little bit tired, to be honest. I used to have a lot of classes today. I'm a little bit tired, but okay. No, nothing special. Okay, and how was your day so far? Can you please tell me what did you do today?
It's actually pretty good that I went to school today and nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad. Okay, very nice. And can you please tell me what is something interesting that happened? For example, you used in these previous couple of days when we didn't have classes. Do you have something that is really interesting for you that happened? Can
I
you
think
please
that I
tell?
don't have anything interesting. It's normal.
Normal day. Normal day. Ah, very nice. Okay, so we will start. Okay, I want to ask you before we continue. Okay, what do you think about visiting USA? Did you ever, for example, consider to visit USA?
I think that I haven't visited USA before, but I don't know what the life in there. Maybe that I will I'll search about that later on, since I don't know anything about the USA.
Okay, and which cities? You know probably about some cities. Which cities would you like to visit if you go to USA? Which cities would you like to visit
I
if
think
you
that I
go
would
to
like to visit San Francisco.
San Francisco? Okay, interesting. And why San Francisco?
I think
Why?
that because I think that because I heard some people said that in some old buildings and I could learn some new culture. And I think that USA is like a multi-cultural country. So there would be some place that are very old and some museum for me to visit, making me as a widen my knowledge.
Why your knowledge? Okay, and what else? What other cities, for example, you can visit? For example, we have here a couple of big cities like New York, like Washington, like these cities. What do you think about these cities? Would you like, for
I
example,
think yeah, I think that about New York. I think that is contained the biggest park in the world,
Central
right?
Park?
Yeah.
Okay, so why this park? Why do you want to visit this specific park? Why do you want to go there?
Um, I think that because I want to explore that how big this would be. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and what do you think about culture? Okay, people who are living in New York. What do you think about this? Do you think that can be, for example, useful for you? Is this useful for you? For example, if you go to visit these cities, what do you think about these cities? Is this useful for you to see something, learn something new about these cities?
I think that it's actually that pretty important since I think that when I like widen my knowledge, that makes your brain is faster and is more accurately. So I think that the more knowledge you learn, that's the more intelligent you will be. So that's way I think that you have some experience in the world before you grow up, and that's like a start for a completely new life outside, where you don't have anything to depend on except yourself.
Okay. And we have here multicultural. This is something that is multicultural. Okay, so we have here some places that are multicultural. Multicultural means, for example, different types of the culture live in this specific city. So, what do you think about this? For example, when you have multicultural, let's say multicultural, okay, place where someone lives. Okay, so what do you think about this? What is your opinion about this? Okay, so we have here different types of the culture at the same place. So what do you think? What do you think about this? Do you think this is something that can be useful?
I think that's about the multicultural countries such as Vietnam or China or for like Europe. I
Europe.
think that actually that you can explore like multiple cultures once, and that makes you feel more interesting. such as the place where like in Mongolia, where 99% of 99% of the land there don't have people. I think that the population of the Mongolia is 1 people per square kilometer. So I think there seems that no culture. So I think that's very boring, and there is nothing to explore and to find new things. So I think that I would be happy if I would be born in some multicultural country like Vietnam. I'm actually that really proud of this.
Okay, and what other cities, for example, I don't know, you can tell me, what other cities, for example, in your let's say in your city or in your country have something like this? Okay, so what other cities are like this? Okay, do you have some other cities that are like this, multicultural? Okay, do you have here different types of the people? Do you have something like this in your country? What other? Okay, I know that, for example, in Hanoi, in Ho Chi Minh City, you have a different type of the. Okay, I know that a lot of teachers come to Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City. So, in your experience, can you please tell me? Do you on a street? Do you see some different people who are not from your country? Do you see some other people, for example?
I think that I haven't seen anyone before. Yeah, maybe that they will only live in like, no, I don't know. I think that I haven't seen that any foreign tourists from other countries before. Yeah.
Okay, and what do you think about, for example, about people who are moving? Okay, so I want to ask you about people who are moving from one place to another. For example, we call like this my job, okay, that I'm doing right now, and other jobs. For example, if I want to do it, okay, so we call digital nomads. Digital nomads means, for example, about people who are moving from one place to another. Okay, so this job. I can do, for example, I also can do if I live in Vietnam. Yeah. I can do this job because all I need is, for example, internet. This is something that I need. So, what do you think? What do you think, for example, about moving from one place to another? What do you think about these people who are about digital nomads? We call this people digital nomads who are moving from one place to another. So what do you think about these people?
I think that these people are moving to another country to have better life. I think that because that they is being affected by money and life. Because you see that from like Africa, the people are so hungry, even though there are a lot of helps from Australia or America or Canada. A lot of I think that a lot of countries that help the Africa, but it seems that their economy seems to not going up, but it's down horribly. So some people choose to like go into another country for like going to another country for better lives and better salary, because they are very rich and they just paid money. If people have some good achievement, not in Africa, that the government or like don't pay attention to like the people's life, so they're pretty bad about their life, and they decided to go to another country, accept the risk. Because you know that I think that you probably know. So I think that the racism, RACESM. Do you know about that?
No.
Yes. I think that this is a difference between the black skinned people and the white skinned people. The white, I think that I call it the white. Yeah, I maybe call that. That is they are like moving a massive difference between the black and the white with the skin. So it like I think that in Egypt or in some other Africa or in South Africa, that you know that in about 1950s, that even though that the white people only covers about 10% of people, but they hold 80% of the land there. Yes, they hold 80% of land with all banks and all factories. Meanwhile, that's the black, even though that 90% covers 90% of the population, but they only can use about 20% of land. And they have to use their own unique factories, water, everything. And all of them are very horrible because they think, as I said earlier, that they think that white is a color that represents the richness and the cleanliness and luxury. While meanwhile, the black is kind of represent the dirty and the poverty. So they don't want. But there is a person who will fix this and help the black people back to freedom. That is Nelson Mandela, the first the first black skinned president of the South African. That he removes all of the bad things that the black people haven't been decided before. And this affects even still now. But even though that now, I think that now the world is like banned about the difference there. There is still some small places in Africa where people still affect this. It's actually pretty bad about the skin. Yes. And this also like affects it to the skin and I think that the skin is not a thing to compare about people to people. So this is pretty sad. And about people in 1930 and 1960 is like one of the more horrible time for the black people because the life is I think they're very bad. They only receive the salary out of 1/7 or 1/10 of the black of the white. Even though they have to work more, but they receive less money. It's very unfair.
I completely agree with you with all of these things that you mentioned here. I completely agreed because here is in my country we also have not like this, but something that is very, very similar to this. Okay, so this is something that, for example, when we speak about nationality, because I mentioned to you that in the past that we used to have a lot of problems, civil wars and etc. So what happens? Because you have, for example, Serbia is a country, for example, similar to Russia. Okay, I'm speaking about things that happened here. Okay, because in our country, you can Google about this. In our old country, we used to have, for example, a lot of people who are Muslims, a lot of people who are Catholics, Orthodox. Practically, we were living in the same country, all of us. Okay, all of us live in the same country. From my perspective, what I think, because I have friends who are Muslims. I have friends who are Catholics who celebrate some of your customs. Okay, so this is something that, in my opinion, this is something that is really important. If you want to say, for example, about a people, it doesn't matter what is the skin of your color. It's important. Are you a good person or a bad person? So this is in my opinion, this is something that is important. Because one of my friends, he's from Hungarian. One is from Slovakia. One is okay. So we have different nationalities in my I have my close friends are different nationalities, different religious. But what is important, in my opinion, this is how we react on each other. I love my friends, of course. I love how do they react. I love everything about them because we are different, and different not necessarily means needs to me that something is bad. This is, in my opinion, this is something is good. We can learn about different culture. We can learn about different religions. We can learn about people, and this is, in my opinion, what is the most important thing. Okay, to know each other better. So this is what I think about the whole situation. I know that this is something that used to be really bad, that you mentioned in our lesson, that was really bad in the past. But now we need to learn from the past. We need to learn to respect each other, to be better people. Yeah. Okay, and yes, and I can see, for example, I know that I used to know that I learned about your history, that like I mentioned before in our lessons, that we are having a lot of similarities. Okay, you're from Asia, I'm from Serbia, but in the history, when I speak about history, about bad things that happens to our people, we have a lot of similarities, and I can see that when I speak, for example, with Vietnamese students, I can see that we understand each other very well. We can understand each other, what happened, why do we react on certain ways like this. And I think that can be good for your country, for my country, for any other country. This is something that can be good because we can learn about ourselves more. This is just my opinion. Okay. And okay, yes, and I want to ask you about you mentioned that you used to you're having you never saw a lot of foreigners in your country. How is this possible that you not see? Because I used to speak with students from Vietnam, and they used to tell me that, for example, in Da Nang and Ho Chi Minh City, they can see a lot of people from different areas, from different countries. What do you think?
Okay. I think that about the thing they are, I don't have any opinion. Maybe that I'm researching after this because I don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I don't have any opinion about the topics. So I will explain in the next class somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about other countries? Okay, for example, if you travel to another countries, okay, where can you find different types of the people, different types of the countries? In which countries you can find? What do you think? Where can you find different type of the cultures, different type of the religious? So in which cities you can find all of these things? What do you think?
Or can you say again? I can't
Okay.
hear. Yeah.
Okay, in which other cities, okay, in
Yeah.
which other cities, for example, if you travel, if you go to some cities, okay, some countries, in which other cities you can find different kinds, let's say kinds of people. Where can you find, for example, different kinds of people who are, okay, so you have one city, and you
Yeah.
can find, for example, in some other okay, a lot of different religions, about a lot of different cultures. Okay, so
Yeah.
what do you think? In which cities you can find something like this?
I think that I will go to a province in Vietnam that is the house for about a lot of minority nations in Vietnam, and I think that that is a Sơn La province.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that is the I think that is so in the air. That
Mm-hmm.
is popular because of the thing that is called a wheat field, but it looks like it's stairs. So I will send you an image of this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You see?
Yeah. Fine. Wait. Okay, so I think this is the image of it. That's it. Can you see that the wheat field, but it's multiple layers? And this thing is
Wow.
called, yeah, this thing is in the most famous in the southern province, and it is the stairs wheat field. Yeah, can you see that it's multiple layers? And harvesting it is actually pretty hard because there's a lot of mud. Yeah, you know mud, how annoying the mud is.
Yes.
And this is under the, I think under the wheat. So to harvest is that the farmers have to be very careful because if they step on one, it will completely be destroyed. Yeah, so I think this is like a pretty good place for like if you want some chill and also want some good landscape. That I think this place is best. This place is the best. If you first is like you're drawing pictures, like to drawing pictures, you like something to chill, or do you like landscape, scenery? So I think it's the best place for you to like explore.
To find out something more. Okay. Okay, interesting things. Okay, so I learn constantly. I learn about this. Okay, now we have here. Okay, why I started to ask you about visiting USA is this topic. Okay, so we have here this topic. How much do you know about?
It's a new book somehow.
How much do you know about New York? Do you know something more about New York?
I'm sure that I don't know anything about these. Yeah, I don't know anything.
Okay, and for example, would you like, if you have an opportunity, would you like to go there to see New York, to see some other cities in USA?
I think that I would like to go if I have an opportunity.
Okay, and what is the reason? Okay, why, for example, you would like to visit these places? Okay, so why this place?
That the reason is like, I think actually pretty simple. That I want to explore new places without have to going back to some old place which I already explored and have nothing else. So I think that's very boring. But if I go to a completely new place that I haven't been visited before, then it will be very interesting.
Okay, now we have here, okay, this sentence number 1. Okay, can you please read this sentence for us?
Okay. Day or night, the view of the top of One World Trade Center, the tallest building in the USA, is fantastic. You can see islands, bridge, and some of the most famous buildings in the world.
Okay, so we are having this center, World Trading Center. This center was quite familiar with when was 9/11. If you read about 9/11, do you know something about 9/11?
7-Eleven?
9/11.
9/11? I think that is a store that opened in 9 and closed in 11, right?
No.
Yeah, I think that 7-Eleven is open at 7 and end in 11. So that is why it's called that. So if you talk about 9/11, I thought that it's called exactly the same.
Okay, this is something that is different, a little bit different. Okay. 9/11 is the moment where let's say where something happened. Okay, with in USA, that was the bombing.
Yes. Okay. I think that the bomb is. I think that there is a. Okay, I don't know what this word is like. Wait. I think that there are multiple terrorism at the same time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was attacked. It was attacked on 9/11. 9.
Yeah.
9.
11th of August. 11 of September 2001, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So
And
7/14, the New York time. No, it's happening in New York.
Yes, and it happens in New York. Okay, we have here one World Trade Center. This trade center was, let's say, not familiar, not popular, but what happened? Okay, so this is something that happened here. Okay, it was attacked. Okay, with airplanes. Terrorists took the airplanes and attacked this World Center. Okay, so and they killed a lot of people. This is the official document. What happened officially, but not unofficially. There are different theories. Not unofficially, what happened in this case. So there are a lot of different theories. What happened, for example, on 9/11, and it was quite not, let's say, not good for American people, of course. So this is something that happens here. Okay, so we have here the sentence number 2. Can you please read the sentence number 2?
Okay, this is New York's busiest place. Over 300,000 visitors come here a day. People sell art and jewelry on the street, and you can buy cheap tickets of Broadway musicals and plays. Don't miss this place.
Okay, now we have here different things that we can visit. Okay, so what is important for you, for example, when you want to visit some city or some country or some place? Okay, so what is something that attracts you the most? What is something that is, let's say, really important for you if you want to visit a place?
I think the first is that it's so far away. And I think that talking about the USA is about 13,786 kilometers away. So the average speed is about 850 kilometers per hour. It will take over 16 hours. And I think I have to sit completely 16 hours in the economy class in the plane. Do you think that's how annoying is that? I think that my legs will completely be destroyed after this. And I have to rest for the rest of 2 or 3 days. And it completely waste.
Okay. Now, okay, and number 3. Can you please read number 3?
Okay. This is one of the most surprising places in the city. What can you do here? Visit the zoo or the castle. Walk or jog on the grass and along the path. Look at the beautiful lakes and gardens. In the winter, you can go some ice skating, and in the summer, you want a Shakespeare play. There is something for everyone.
Okay. Now let's see. Okay, there is something for everyone. What is something that, for example, what is something that is good for you? Okay, so for example, if you want to visit, what is something that can be really good for you?
I think that something that are pretty good for me is that actually that I can just stay at home and I don't do anything because I think there is very cold. I think that not very cold today, but it will very cold on Saturday. And that day is I go to my grandparents' house again. But yeah, no, I think that I go to like, do you know what's the dad of my mom? Yeah, the dad of my mom.
It's your granddad.
Yeah, the dad of my mom, and I'm going to go to his house.
Okay.
Yeah, the dad of my mom.
Okay. Now let's see, and we have here number 4. Okay, what is number 4?
Are you interested in art? What about science, history, or space travel? We went there 80 seconds. East 82nd and East 105th Streets. There are 8 amazing museums and art galleries. Don't miss one of the great educational centers of the world.
Okay, so what do you think about art? Is art, for example, important for you? What do you think about art?
I think that art is a completely waste for me because yeah,
Why?
it's yes, this is a truth, and I think that if I do an art test drawing something that I would an F.
Why do you think
Yes,
so?
consider an F. Because tell you more like I think the fun fact for you that um the drawing skills for me is losing a great toolkits. Since I can't draw anything, even a normal human. Yes, I can draw anything in every art homework. I have to like I think that I have to use like I don't know if I use my money. I have some of the money, so I have to use like $1 to ask for my mother to doing that for me, and I have to say that he have to do it a little bit ugly, but not very ugly, just a little bit of ugly, so people believe that is mine drawing it. Because if I draw it, that it's so beautiful that people think that why do this guy draw so beautiful? Maybe that he like uh, being helped by someone. So yeah, I am very like I think that art like completely waste is so pointless for me.
Okay, so that this is something that can be pointless. Okay, and why do you think so? Why are you, for example, I'm also not for example good in art. I don't know to draw anything special.
Yeah.
Okay, but I would like, for example, if I visit some other country or some other place, I will definitely try, for example, to see something that is some paintings, some piece of art. For example, this is also a piece of art. This is Statue of Liberty. So this is also the piece of art, French art. Okay, so why are you so, let's say, like this? Okay, so why do you think so that? Would you like, for example, if you go to New York, would you like to see the Statue of Liberty? Would you like to do that? If you go to the New York, would you like to try to see Statue of Liberty or some other special things that are related to art?
I think that I would like to visit the Statue of Liberty. I think that the thing that represents the New York is probably the Statue of Liberty, and I would like to visit there to see that is how green it is and how is oxidization of the copper. Yeah.
Okay. So this is something that can be really useful to see, and this is something that can be really special to see. Okay, and do you have something similar? Okay, something that is similar to see, let's say, in your country. Okay, something that represents your country.
Yes,
okay, so
I have one.
What is that?
Okay, so I will send you the information about the okay, so this is, I think that in the Hazang province. And Hazang province. And you'll know that this is like a tower with a flag, the Vietnamese flag. Okay, I think that a little bit of no, but this is a flag of Vietnam, and it's actually that a 54. I think the 54 meters area. That each meter represents one nation. Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing.
I think that is an amazing picture that Vietnam. And I think that it's the top of the top, or I think the northern Vietnam. And I think that is very proud when you have this. Okay, and you see that it's, I think that it's in a mountainous, so it's very hard to visit these. As you can see, out of these, there are so many mountains. Yeah, this is one mountainous. So putting it here is actually so high in the air that I think should be looking good. But it can make some people pretty hard to go up there, especially for the people who are like break the leg. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, okay, so this is something that is really hard, probably really hard to see. Okay,
Yeah.
and did you ever visited this place so far?
No.
Yeah.
I only know about this.
Okay, and would you like, for example, to go there? Would you like to visit this place? Okay, if you have an opportunity.
Yes, if you have time.
Okay, now, yes, this is something that I think it's really, really beautiful to see it. This is something that is really special to see it. Okay, now let's see. Okay, okay, now we have here. Okay, some other places. Do you have some other places, for example, that you can visit it?
Okay, so let me see something. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. Wait. I have searched. Okay, so I am looking for a. Okay, I'm looking for an image of this thing. Um. Okay, so this is the image that found. This that is the bottom of in the last province, that is Kamau province, and this is the last province at the bottom of Vietnam. Right? I think that right in front of the Phu Quoc Island. Yeah, this is the Kamau nose. This is the last place of Vietnam that anyone can reach before that they visit the ocean.
Okay.
Yes. And there is another Vietnamese red flag on top if you look closely.
Just on top here.
Yes, there is a Vietnamese red flag, but I think that the pixels are not pretty good. But anyways, this is the second place that I'm actually pretty proud of. One at the top and one at the bottom. I think that it marks the Vietnam area, in my opinion.
Okay. Now let's see. Okay, and we have here. Okay, some of these pictures. The first is Times Square. You have Statue of Liberty, a lot of museums, trade centers. Now, which of these places? If when you see on the pictures, which of these places would you like to visit? Which of these places is interesting for you to visit? For example,
I think that the Statue of Liberty.
Okay, and why did you choose this particular place?
I think that's because I can see the oxidation of the copper during days. So this is pretty good to see that. I don't know why this thing that represents the. I think that one of these things that is called Statue of Liberty, meaning that it have to be something that resembles the liberty. I don't know why. I think that this is a woman that are holding a torch. I think that the torch is inspired by the Olympic torch. They're pretty big. That's the champion can hold it and run. Do you have your opinion about this?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know about New York. A lot of friends go to New York, and yes, and they visited New York, and they told me interesting things that happens there. For example, one of the things that is this city. Okay, they are saying that, for example, this city never go to sleep. Always people are always active in this city. So this is one of the things that happens here. Another thing that is related to this city, that people can travel all the time, that people like to travel to visit these places. So this is something that is for me. This is something that is really interesting to understand and very interesting to see. And what else about Central Park that you mentioned? We used to speak about Central Parks, so we used to tell that this is something that is quite unique to see it. Central Park. So I don't know. Maybe if I have a little time to visit this place, to be honest, I'd never know which part of the city I would like to visit. This is something that is quite, in my opinion, quite interesting. I would like to visit all the places because I used to hear a lot of things about this city. But if I need to pick one place that I would like to visit here, that is definitely a Central Park.
Yeah, I think that this is probably the biggest park, and I can literally see that is the length is as long as even the or tall and big buildings. I think that is probably a very big park, and I think you need a car to explore this. Unfortunately, you can't drive cars to the parks, but I think they're pretty good park, and I can breathe some good oxygen here. So I can just sit and read some books. But I think I don't like books, so I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. Now let's see Yellowstone National Park. Okay, did you ever heard about Yellowstone National Park?
Let's maybe Google it pretty quickly. Yellowstone National Park. This is the first national park was established in 1872.
Yes. Okay. So you have here a different species here. Okay, different species of the, let's say, of the animals here. Okay, so you have a different kinds of species here. Okay, so what animals? Okay, what animals, for example, you would like to see it?
I think that the animals. I think I would like to see tigers or lions, or even eagles. But I think they fly in the wild, so they can't catch it. But I also see the wild animals that can only be seen in the zoos.
Okay, and why would you like to see this kind of animals here? Tigers, you mentioned tigers. Why tigers?
Yeah, and I don't know how that they can bring tigers to the zoo without anyone died.
How?
And I don't know why that people can carry tigers or lions in the zoos and national park without like corrupting the life and died by the scratch. Do you know how strong the scratch of a crocodile is? I think that it can easily kill anyone.
Yes.
Yeah. But how can you catch it without anyone accidentally died?
You can catch it, for example, you can sleep this animal. For example, you have injection or shot. You can shot this animal with something that this animal can sleep. You have serums that sleep this animal. No matter how. Okay, we know the tigers, crocodiles, alligators. All of these animals are very, very strong. But probably they have some injections that you can shoot in them, and they can fall asleep. Or maybe put because they eat meat. Put some drugs in this meat.
Yeah, so that they will pay attention and go into the box. You go into the box so we can catch it. But I think that there is some time when a lion is like seeing, and I see that how scary it, but it's completely safe, right? Wait, but how can the zoo that deliver it in the zoo, even though that they can like put it in, but how will we put it into the van or the truck?
Yes, but
we can only use truck, and I think that no forest. Well, Vietnam has always has many forests, but lions, tigers are kind of rare. And even though that we find one, that if we make them sleep by shooting like a sleepy gun, So so shooting with a gun that have a sleeping bullet.
Okay.
So I think that we can't tame it. It's a wild animal, completely wild. So how can we move that into a truck? We can only truck as a delivery. We can't use matters
Okay.
of
So imagine you have bars. Imagine that you have strong bars in this truck. Strong bars. Okay. So imagine this, that you have strong bars. Okay. So you for example, you put some piece of meat in these bars. Okay. That have sleeping pills, and normally the animal will eat this meat. Okay, and fall asleep in this truck. So they will for example they will put this animal, or put for example meat, attract for example lion will, or tiger will eat this meat, close the door, and they will sleep there. Yes, and you put
realize that they will like trap. And I think there is a story about an elephant in a zoo. That is, the legs is completely broke because they don't exercise for a long time. Just go in there. And I think that people that are like tortured the animals a lot. I can give you 2 examples of chicken and goose. Do you know that now the people are using a lot of chickens? People are using a lot of chickens. So to deal with it, that is, the chickens have to minimize the growing only for 30 to 40 days. So when they grow up, they don't see the baby mother. They can only see like some box, and they can only see a box and the workers, and they can't go out. And next one is they will have a sorting system that will sort out the good one, but I think that they're not big enough that they will kill them. This is actually the pretty torture. And next thing, that they are going to like putting it in a small box without going out, since you have to minimize it. And the next one is they have to eat a lot of things. I think they eat a lot of things to like increase the size. But the legs cannot afford that. So I think that the legs is like some virus, or they breaks, since it's so heavy. So only after about 35 days that is end. And then the last thing that the chicken can go is the human teeth. I think that is kind of you see that is, I don't know if it is okay. I think that killing the chicken like this is actually like a crime somehow. I think that this is probably a crime. And the next one is goose. Next one is goose. You know that I think that you know about how expensive the liver of the goose. Do you know about liver? Liver.
Yes, of course.
This part in the body of the goose is the most expensive. But to have that, the goose have to be tortured their entire life. When they grow up, they don't see the light, and they will instantly be caught and put it in a small box. And next one is they will put it in a box, but the head will go out, and they will and I think that they won't be able to sit down for their entire life. And next one is use. I think the next one is using a pump to putting a lot of things there, even though the goose don't want to eat. So the liver will increase fast.
Yes, I know that.
Yes, this I think that's pretty bad.
Yes.
And I have to do that 3 times a day. Meaning when you're using a pump, do you know that the goose throat is actually pretty weak? And to do like to sad fact that most of the goose that they break the throat and the stomach because of the pump. So in just 90 days, that we have a very big goose, the liver. That is 10 times bigger than the normal one. That's why it's so expensive. So the goose liver, and after that you know that they don't eat goose. They just throw it away. So the sad life of don't see any son of the goose is now ended. So the goose liver is delivered to a rich people's meal, and the expensive is the same. I think is at the Kobe meat. But do you want to eat that if you have money? After I read the story of that.
No.
Yes. Yeah. About the chicken and the goose. I think
Yes.
that this is the most too tortured. The people torture them a lot in order for them to drop meat fast.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is something that happens, and that, as you mentioned, this is something that can be really bad.
Yeah.
In these circumstances, this is something that can be really bad, and I think to be honest, I think that this is one of the problems that people need to handle out. Okay, not to torture animals. Okay, I like to eat meat, but I don't like to eat, for example. Okay, so this is something that is completely different. If you torture the animal, like you mentioned, this is something that is definitely not good. Okay, when animals suffer. Okay, so there are some other ways that you can, for example, eat meat, but not the animal to suffer or something like this. I don't know. All my family, we are all meat eaters. Okay, so we like to eat meat, but I don't like this story that you mentioned. This is something that I don't like to hear that. Okay.
But this is a true fact that
Yes,
is
I know.
going to follow grass. Yeah.
I'm aware of that. I'm completely aware of that, but this is something that is completely different. And I understand what you want to say to me. Okay, about especially about the situation, what is happening. And yes,
I think that's because people want to eat that. People want to eat it fast because about the chicken. I think that now that people are eating a lot of chickens, that the normal one don't work anymore. So they have to try to minimize the life risk as soon as possible.
exactly.
And the minimum is about 30 to 40 days.
Exactly.
Yes, minimum. And
Okay,
because of that, a million of chickens will be eaten in just a couple of months. Because now the people increase, meaning that it will increase the food problem have increased a lot. So that's why they have to do that. And about the goose, they want to have a big goose to eat them. So they have to be like that. If we just let the goose get the goose out, they will don't grow that much. They will not grow that much, and the goose will not as good at that. We have to have a big goose in order to have a big folks. I think that we have to be, if we want to good liver, that we need for a goose to be very big. Yeah. So we have to make them so fast for rich people to buy. Yes, rich people, they spend their money a lot because they don't mind.
exactly.
They just spend money to try out new things because they have money. So I think the second is just a sad fact that we can deny. Yeah.
Okay, I completely agree with you. Okay,
Yes.
one thing before we finished. I will not be able to have a class on Saturday. Can we have a makeup class on Tuesday at 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, so on Tuesday, I want to write on my notebook. On Tuesday at 8 p.m. Is that 5th December at 8 p.m.? Is that okay with you?
What the class?
I will not be able to have a class on Saturday, this Saturday, because I need to travel with my family.
Okay. Lucky for you that I can't even study on this day because I'm going to the my dad's mom house, and there's no internet there.
Okay, so can we have a makeup class on Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yes.
This time.
No,
8.
8 p.m. Is it okay? Or 8:30 p.m.?
I think that I just finished the math class at 8. So we have to like
8:30?
Yeah,
8:30?
KhangN is 8:30. Yes, 8:30. Meaning that
okay, great.
Very fast. Yeah.
Okay, 8:30, no problem. So we will have at 8:30. Okay, good job. Excellent, excellent. So we will have at 8:30. Just I just want to write this on my notebook. 8:30. Okay. Great. Okay, so see you on Friday. Okay, that was really nice. I wish you a wonderful night and hope to see you on Friday. Okay.
So I sent you a web about the duck and geese are tortured to produce the fluid gas. So we will explore that scene here. Yeah, as you can see the pictures, that the goose is stuck in here 24/7.
Well,
you know how annoying is that? Yes.
I suppose it is. Yes.
Same thing with chicken. Same thing with chicken, but just bigger. But the cat, the sun. Yeah.
People get crazy in prison, but this is like a little box. Okay, I cannot imagine what is happening to the animals when they are locked in the little box. Yes. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. See you on Saturday. On Friday. Sorry, on Friday. Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.